would like to stay anonymous because this situation is so effing embarrassing. I'm 26, live in California. Not that it matters, but anyway, my younger sister, who is 24, has a drug addiction and has 2 kids. She lives with my mom, but almost every week she will leave my nephews at night alone and not even tell my mom. My mom finds out when she hears my 7-month-old nephew, oh God, he is too young, baby, crying at night for a bottle. My mom will then take care of the kids, and in the morning she will come to my house and vent to me about what's going on. Of course I help her, but I have a 6-year-old and a 3-month-old of my own. So, oh my God, let's have a play date, girl. So I can't babysit all day, which makes my mother argue with me and tell me I never help her. Apparently babysitting 7 hours a day is not enough. Girl, your mama is tripping, okay? My sister leaves for weeks, sometimes months. She won't call, text, or anything. Then she will show up at my mom's like she wasn't just gone the whole time. And my mom won't say anything to her. Of course, me and my oldest sister get mad because of the responsibility goes all on us. We're the ones who buy all the diapers, formula, clothes, bottles, etc. I'm not complaining about caring for my nephews, but I am complaining about my sister. I have fist fought her so many times. I have tried to hold her money so she doesn't leave and come back broke. So she can at least get her kids what they need. She doesn't even throw them birthday parties or get them gifts. Whatever my mom, myself, or my older sister do is what they get. Of course, we make sure my oldest nephew has nice B-days with lots of gifts, and we will make sure when my 7-month-old nephew has a birthday, he will also have a big day and gifts. She just got out of jail 3 weeks ago. She did 7 weeks. We were so happy thinking she would stick to her sobriety, but she left again last night. Lord have mercy. Your sister is doing the most. Let's have a toast, girl. I got mad and told my mom I was mad at my sister for leaving. My mom started yelling at me saying I'm a bully, and if I don't want to help my sister with my nephews, I can go to hell. Bo, this is driving me effing crazy. My question is, how would you deal with the situation? I don't think I should answer that. I don't think I should tell you. My sister has been an addict for 8 years and my mom will not put her foot down. I try to stay away, but it's hard when my mom shows up to my house wanting to vent and needing help, obviously. My stepdad left my mom because my mom will stick up for her and will go as far as fighting people for her. This is so sad for my nephews, my mother, and all the immediate family involved. The problem right here is not even your sister, it's your mother, because your mother is enabling your sister's behavior. If it were me in the situation and I were you, because we the same age, girl, and I had a sister that was doing this, first of all, I mean, because it's your sister, obviously you're not going to call CPS on your sister because you don't want the children to go to foster care. That's just not a good environment. But your mom is coming to you when she's the one that's doing the enabling. If she wants to continue to enable your sister, then she needs to be the one watching those babies and taking care of those babies because they're not yours. Obviously, you help when you can, but you're gonna now have to put your foot down. If your mom is telling you go to hell, that's just what it's gonna have to be. Say, okay, I'ma go. It's hot there, but I'ma go. Like, there's really nothing that you can do because your sister obviously doesn't want to get help. She doesn't want to get sober. And a part of the reason is because your mom is allowing this to happen. Your sister obviously doesn't give a shit enough about her children to not relapse. She doesn't give a shit enough about her kids to not shift her focus and be a good mom. And I'm getting emotional because I'm... This stuff is fucking frustrating for me because... This stuff is frustrating for me because, as you guys know, I'm like big on adoption and one day I will be adopting. But it's also really frustrating for me because I know people that want kids so badly. Like, people I'm mad close with that want kids so badly, do not have any kids, are about to push 40. Would be the best mom ever. And then there's people like your sister who are so selfish, get to have multiple kids and not even give a fuck to take care of them. Like, why do you bring kids into this world if you're not going to be a good mom to them? I don't get it, you know? And of course shit happens, but when that shit happens, you're supposed to turn your life around. Like, my daughter changed my life, my daughter changed my world. Like, I don't understand how anybody could give birth to someone, to an innocent baby, and not do everything in their power to take care of them. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. Because your job as a mom is to protect your baby. And your sister obviously is not in the right frame of mind to do that. And obviously the father is not around, because if he was, then none of this would be going down. And I hate to say this because obviously your nephews probably mean the world to you, even though they're not yours. I hate to say this, but they're not your responsibility. Kids are expensive enough as it is. You have a 6-year-old and you have a 3-month-old, did you say? You have your hands full already taking care of your own children. It is not your job to take care of your sister's kids. That's not on you. If your mom wants to take on that responsibility, that is her business, but that has nothing to do with you or your older sister. Like I said, you can help when you can help, but obviously if your mom is coming to you for help, that means that it's a burden to her. And if she's feeling like it's a burden, then there's no reason that she shouldn't be putting her foot down and telling your sister, look, you need to get clean. If you don't get clean, you're going to lose your children, period. And if that doesn't make her turn her life around, then nothing will. Because to me, your kids should change you instantly. The minute you find out you're pregnant, your brain goes into mommy mode. For people that are normal, I'm normal, so as soon as I found out I was pregnant, brain went into mommy mode. The first time, obviously, I was already in mommy mode. The second time I got pregnant, but as soon as you find out you're pregnant, your whole shit changes. Before I got pregnant, girl, I was doing wine every damn night. I love me some damn wine. Wine is my thing. Like, I love to just have a glass of wine or a bottle and wind down. That's what I like to do at nighttime. But as soon as I found out I got pregnant, I was like, okay, no more wine. Even little things like researching what you can and cannot eat while you're pregnant. You can't have sushi. So even those little things, because if you don't go into mommy mode right away and you don't start doing your research and learning about your body and how things will affect the baby you're carrying, you can lose your baby, or you can get really sick, or your baby can get sick, sorry. To me, once you're in that mindset, you don't click out of it unless something tragic happens and for whatever reason you lose your brain. So I just feel like you shouldn't be, one, beating yourself up about whatever your mom is saying to you, because honestly, if you're going to be an enabler, you don't have a say. Your mom can't tell you to go to hell because you don't want to take on responsibility that's not yours. You are spending your hard-earned money on your children, your family, your well-being, your rent, your whatever else, and now you have to add 2 children into the equation that do not belong to you. Where is that fair? I think that as sad as it is, it's just a step you're gonna have to take. If you can contact the children's father, perhaps you should do that. But if he's not somebody that you can reach, then I guess you're gonna have to move forward without him. But it took 2 people to make those children, and your sister's not capable of caring for them right now. Your mom clearly isn't capable of doing it on her own either. But that's just something that she's going to have to face because she decided to take on that responsibility. She allowed your sister to live with her. She allowed the children to live with her. And your sister is taken off and your mom is allowing her to do that as well. Obviously, your sister needs an intervention, but you cannot help somebody that does not want to be helped. That's not going to fall on you. Don't take blame Don't feel like you're at fault if worse comes to worse and the children do end up in foster care. I don't think you're gonna let that happen. So I'm just saying, if it does go there, don't feel like it's your fault. They're not your children. Everybody is adults and everybody has to make decisions for their family. And your sister is not making good ones and your mom is not making good ones either. So it doesn't fall on you. It's not your fault. And I'm sorry that your family is going through this, but I hope and I pray that it'll turn around in the nick of time, girl. Sooner rather than later. Congrats on your second pregnancy. This email is filled with effery and maybe some triggering moments. So to start, I'm 17 years old living in my mom's and stepdad's house. I came out as bi last year. I was somewhat pushed and pulled out of the closet, but that's a whole other email. Now to the story. Immediately after being outed, my stepdad said, "I'm confused and the devil is withholding your brain." Sorry. I told him repeatedly I like boys and I wasn't confused. When I pulled out, my whole family refused to talk to me and informed family members I didn't fuck with and asking them to pray for me. When I would come down to eat, my brother, younger brother, would say things like, "I hate gays." He even went as far as saying, "When I grow up, I'm going to shoot up the gay clubs and kill gays." Lord. I have cried myself to sleep many nights thinking of the fact that my family does love me. My mom is very homophobic. She has told me, "I hate what you are doing. It makes me want to throw up and your lifestyle is disgusting." To my face. I was almost put in a mental hospital 4 months ago after a heated argument defending my sexuality. My family once again called me sick in the head. Me and my stepdad were home alone and got into an argument, and he even referenced back to when I was said, "From that day on, I like getting in the ass." That really hurt me. I told my mom that and she seemed not to care much, but I really don't know where to turn in this situation. I tried to keep this email under 2 scrolls, lol. But please help with what to do. This ain't the first time I got an email similar to this. Lots of people that are gay or bi unfortunately live in households that are homophobic. And if your parents or whoever are old school or Christian or religious at all, you are gonna have a tough time. Coming out usually goes one of 2 ways. It either goes really good or really fucking bad. Like, really bad. I think your younger brother is obviously a little immature and you should watch him, because regular people don't say they're gonna shoot up the club, child. Not in that reference. In the reference of getting pregnant, okay? But not in the reference of, not referring to things that actually happen in this world, you know? My whole thing is, I get if you don't agree with the gay lifestyle. I get if you don't want it shoved down your throat or in your face. But what I don't understand is, if you do feel that way, why do you have to be so judgmental about it? Why do you have to purposely voice your opinion on that topic to make somebody who you know is one of those things, a part of the LGBTQ XYZ community, uncomfortable? Why? It makes no sense to me. Obviously, your household is doing that to you and it's completely unfair. But I think I've heard gay guys say stuff like this before, where because of how their family treated them once they came out, they ended up having strained relationships with their parents or whoever it was in their family treating them that way for long periods of time. And sometimes your parents will not agree with it. They will never get over it. They will continue to treat you a certain way. And they might love you from a very far distance, because At the end of the day, you are your mother's child, but because this is not how she envisioned her child, because this is not how she envisioned the life of her child, because she's probably thinking like, damn, I ain't gonna be a grandma now. That's kind of where I guess that stems from. The first thing a lot of gay people do, or bi people do, is leave home earlier than they want to because they're dealing with stuff like this at home. And a lot of times they end up homeless, they end up couch surfing because they're in such a hostile living situation. They don't know what to do, and they would prefer to be on the street than be at home where it's just negative energy all the time. And that's sad. I feel like in today's world, being gay is becoming less and less and less taboo, but at the same time, the more it's pushed into the media and the more it's embraced, the more people are coming out themselves and being vocal about how they hate it and how they feel about it. But even if you don't agree, even if it's not something that you want for your children, or even if it's something that you think is disgusting or whatever the case may be, it is not your job to vocalize that and judge people for it and be mean about it and try to make somebody feel less than you because they're not straight. Like, it makes no sense to me. And I talked about this in a way back when BOETALKS, because when I was in high school, I had that same Christian-like mentality where being gay was wrong and an abomination, and I thought that people were choosing to be gay. But then I met this guy. He was in the same grade as me. He was really cool, and he explained it to me better, and he was like, why the fuck would I choose this? He's like, there's nothing positive about this. We get treated horribly, blah, blah, blah. Why would I choose this? And so when he put it like that, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, okay, so you're not choosing to be gay. You just gay. That's it. You know? Only open-minded people can embrace that concept. And even if you feel the way you feel and you don't like the idea, you could still understand it and not bully them or belittle them, because like I said, that is not your job. It's not your mom's job, your stepfather's job. He ain't even your real daddy. He don't have a say. You know, your little brother, whoever, it's none of their job. I mean, they're not getting paid to belittle you. And at home is the place you're supposed to feel safest. At home is where you're supposed to feel love. At home is where you're supposed to, when you get inside your house, you're supposed to be like, oh, thank God, like, you know, I'm home. But you can't even do that. My suggestion to you, my foot is asleep, oh God. My suggestion to you is to just try to stay under the radar in your house until you can leave. You can try to talk to your mom about it, but like you said, you've already expressed to her about the argument you had with your stepfather, and she didn't even seem to care. Talking might just be out of the question, because a lot of people, they turn that switch all the way off when it comes to stuff like this, especially parents. I would say just keep a low profile, low radar at home, kind of distance yourself, and when you can, you know, you're probably working or something, when you can leave home after high school or whatever it is, then you do that. Lots of gay kids love to go off to college and like go live on campus because they're free, they don't have to worry about anything, blah blah blah. Maybe that's the route you're gonna take. You're 17, you're going to be 18 soon, obviously, and college is right around the corner, and I think that's just something for you to look forward to. So stay in your books, okay, so that you can get a scholarship or something, so that you can get a free ride to wherever you want to go in life and away from your family until they can accept you for who you are. Your parents are supposed to love you no matter what. I don't know, it's tough because I haven't experienced these things. I haven't experienced that, so my advice is just I guess, trying to put myself in your shoes. But my advice might not be realistic for you, you know? So I don't really know what to tell you. I would just lay low until I could get the fuck up out of there. Hey sis, all of us girls need your help, okay? I'm not just asking for you, I'm asking for every girl. First of all, how do I keep my coochie smelling and tasting fresh? What? Bitch. What? Is this for real? You know what? Eat good food, okay? Eat healthy. Don't be eating McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King every damn day. Eat cooked food. Eat lots of fruits and veggies. That's how you get it to taste fresh. Eat fresh and it'll taste fresh. In terms of the smell, well, if you're constantly having a stank coochie, something ain't right with you, honey. You need to go to the damn doctor. But you can use feminine wash if you, so please, I use feminine wash. I use Vagisil pH balance wash, and I drink lots of water, and I bathe every day. There's no other way to keep your coochie clean or fresh smelling. Like, pussy smells like pussy, okay? It's not supposed to, that's the thing. It's not supposed to smell like a dead animal. It's not supposed to smell like fish. It's not supposed to smell like corrosion. It's not supposed to have a stench. Like, of course, if you had a long day and there's lots of creases down there, okay, you feel me? So it might be a hot summer day and it might be a long day and you might be out running errands and all kinds, and then you had a sweaty vagina, so it starts to smell like sweat, okay, like it was secreting. But it's not supposed to reek, you know? You shouldn't really have to work hard to make it not smell. So if you are having to work extra hard to make it not smell, you might have a yeast infection, you might have some gonorrhea, girl, you might just have something wrong with you. The other thing that could be affecting you if you are sexually active is your partner. He could be throwing your pH balance off. And so that basically just means his dick ain't right, okay? Especially if he in you or something or on you. It could be him that's throwing your balance off and making you smell funky. So careful who you lay down with. But we knew that though. Second, can I use baby wipes and unscented soap? Yeah, you do not want to use a soap that has a strong scent or anything like that. Unscented is preferable. If you can use baby wipes, if you can't bathe for whatever reason and you like having a quickie or something and you keep baby wipes in your car like Cardi B, you never know. Yeah, you could use baby wipes and get it fresh for the time, but you still need to be showering, okay? So, please wash your vaginas. Third, how do I make sure I'm not dry if I can't get lube? Well, when you like somebody and you're going to mate, you should naturally be lubricating. But some women do tend to have drier vages. So what you can do to get the lube going, the natural lube, is get some head, okay? And then that should get you riled up enough to where it's, you know, wet enough to go inside. And yeah, if that don't work, then bitch, go buy some lube. I have a promo code at adamandeve.com. The code is BO. You can use that code at any time. It does not expire. You get 50% off any one item. You get a big ass bottle of lube for probably $5 damn, okay? So you can get some lube, girl. I'm pretty sure none of us care about you talking about the kitty. We all need to know. Girl, what did I tell y'all about? No, what did I tell you about the scrolling?